Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Market Outlook series. I'm Kavita Agrawal, the founder of EXP-Invest, and let's dive right into what's going on in the broad market, followed by specific sector analysis. So, right now, we're looking at the weekly chart of Nifty, and to do a recap of the broader trend, the broad trend continues to remain very bullish, but we are experiencing some temporary weakness in the market. As we can see over here, the market did bounce up from the level of 40, but upon reaching the level of 60 on RSI 25 period, it has hit resistance. Now, this is not something unusual. This is not something new. In fact, the last time also when we see within this leg of rally, broader based rally, this primary trend, this happened back in November or October 21, when the correction started, there was a temporary recovery in the market where the RSI resisted the level of 60, gave a pullback again, retested the most recent low, and then continued the rally upward, breaking above the level of 60 and confirming that the new leg of rally had started. Now, in this situation, what we are seeing is that the market has taken a sharp little downtrend up to 4th August, and now it's headed upward. But on the upward journey, we again see a big red candle, which seems to be making the market participants kind of nervous. I don't think there is a lot of downside left in the broad market. I think at the end of the day, bullishness is preparing to kind of come back to the market. But until the level of 70, 60 is not crossed, we can continue to experience this jittery sort of movement in the market. A very important resistance in the market right now is the 25,600. Now let's take a look at the level of 60. The daily time frame chart. What I am seeing here is again, this rally did look quite bullish. It did go above the level of 60 for some time, indicating that it has some strength, but then it came back down. However, when it came down, the fact that 24,500 held its own was very impressive. I was a strong believer that 23,900 will be tested, but it seems like 24,500 was able to hold the market pretty well. It went up to the next resistance of 25,100, and then in the next rally, it even broke above this resistance. So, overall, I think the market has displayed very good strength, and I think again, 24,500 should act as a good support. Should this level of support break, remember now that the 250 EMA, this dark blue line, is also offering support near the level of 24,200. I want to, on the daily time frame, make a comparative analysis around this level also, around this level, right? So this is where we noticed on the weekly time frame that the market had rallied and then taken a dip and then rallied again. So again, in this dip also, what happened on the weekly market, on the daily time frame, what happened on this dip? Let's go and study. So you can see on both the dips, the daily time frame did not touch the level of 30, which basically goes on to tell us that the underlying bull trend, it weakened for a while, but it never really lost control of the market's momentum. And the market momentum continues to remain bullish ever since. I would say all this activity is bullish activity in the market. Time to time, the bullish activity did get weak, but it always pretty much bounced back. And another key thing that you will notice is that even when these corrections, which seem so deep, unfolded, they never really created a new low. The market continued in even in the face of very deep correction, the market continued to maintain its um, higher low, higher high structure and the positive range on the daily time frame. Here also, if you notice, ever since this rally has started, um, because this level 24,500 hasn't been conclusively been breached, I would say that the overall bull trend of the market continues to remain pretty intact. Let's go down to the 75-minute time frame. Now you can see on the 75-minute time frame, we touched the level of 70 in the uh, nearest rally that we saw, and that is a good indication, correct? Now today we've again touched the level of 30, but I think overall again that 24,500 is an important support. So I think once the market goes back above this 100 EMA level, it will be ready to continue the journey upward. So 24,500 is definitely a very important support for the market right now. Now let's look at our bullish bearish analysis. So we are doing this analysis for the week of September 29th. Let's start off with the auto sector. Now the auto sector seems like in the short term is experiencing some correction, but I have no reason to believe that it is not super bullish even now. So I think I'm going to continue to keep it in the bullish segment, but I will be cognizant when looking at stocks that it is undergoing near-term correction right now. Consumption sector also, the underlying trend has turned bearish on the 75-minute time frame because a negative divergence followed by enough decline for the RSI to touch the level of 30 is bad news. Basically, is indicating that a deep correction has unfolded and we can expect more correction to unfold, probably to this green line. So I think I'm going to move the consumption sector to potential, right? Next, we have the private bank sector. The private banking sector on the daily time frame continues to look very bullish. On the 75-minute time frame also looks bullish. So I think the private banking sector may be a good place to look out for potential long opportunities in this market dip. Bank Nifty, the analysis is not very different. It's pretty much the same. CNX Finance, if we look at CNX Finance on the daily time frame is looking very bullish. There was this negative divergence, but RSI bounced back and created a higher high after from the level of 40, which is quite good, very impressive. But on the 75-minute time frame, it seems to be showing a little bit of a mixed back profile. Nevertheless, I think as long as it continues to remain above this support zone, this recent low, I think the finance sector is also looking pretty attractive and worth digging into for short-term opportunities. Next is PSU banking sector. Let's see. So PSU banking sector on the daily time frame continues to look, I would say, it continues to look bullish. The fact that it has established a new higher high is very encouraging. On the 75-minute time frame, it definitely looks very, very bullish because this rally has taken the RSI extremely overbought for an extended period of time. So PSU also is looking very bullish. After a long time, the Nifty defense sector has also started to rally upward. Now, on the stock specific analysis, I noticed that the sectors, the stocks specifically are showing good volume uptick on this recent leg of rally and breakout from consolidation. And I think this pullback is a good entry opportunity with obviously a stop loss being the most recent low. That being said, let's move on to metals. So metals has overcome its resistance at the level of 60 on daily time frames 25 period RSI, and it's also creating higher highs on the daily time frame, which is promising. On weekly time frame, the broad trend continues to remain very bullish. So I think the IT sector is now giving us pretty good indication. The 75-minute time frame has also turned very bullish. So I'm going to move the metal sector into the bullish segment. Next, Nifty Capital Market. It continues to look weak because the 75-minute time frame particularly is very weak. I would ideally like to see a higher high formation with overbought on 75-minute before I can uh, think about going long in this sector. Consumer durables on the daily time frame, it seems to be maintaining a positive range. It did temporarily create a higher high. It has overcome the 250 EMA. There was also a little breakaway gap, but that gap seems to be filled now, and this does not make it look so good. This decline that you're seeing has been a strong momentum decline, and on the 75-minute time frame, it has become very negative. So for now, we will steer clear of this sector. Healthcare sector, the healthcare sector has again failed. A few weeks back, has again failed to break out, and now it seems to be in an accelerated downward rally. On the weekly time frame, there is a massive negative divergence. So I would suggest that when it comes to healthcare sector, practice extreme caution. Something is not right in this sector. Pharma sector, let's see, pharmaceuticals on the weekly time frame, they are not as bad as the healthcare sector, but it seems to be resisting the level of 60 continuously, and that is not giving me a lot of confidence at this point. So I think with respect to even the pharma sector, we should be cautious. FMCG sector is looking quite bearish at the moment, so we will stay clear of the FMCG sector. No reason to go long or consider it in our portfolio as of now. Realty sector has, I think realty sector, there is something brewing, but I don't know exactly what. So there, here it had created a positive divergence on the daily time frame. It rallied, it went above the level of 60, came back to the level of 40 here, right? And it seems to be holding it for now. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not it can actually break above. Just sound, sound, perfect. So let's continue. Infra sector, with respect to the infra sector, a mild positive divergence was seen here, and then here it tried to turn very positive. It did create a higher high. It did give a pullback to the previous high, and here also it did create a higher high again. So I think infra sector is starting to look more positive than the overall reality sector, and I think it may have more potential here. So I'm going to move infra up, I'm going to move reality here, I'm going to remove FMCG, I'm going to remove pharma, I'm going to remove healthcare, consumer durable, nifty capital I'm going to remove for now because it looks very weak in the short term. Even consumption sector, I'm going to continue to keep it. So I think these three sectors have potential. The rest are looking quite weak, in my opinion. Next, energy sector. So in the energy sector, weekly timeframes suggesting that there is strength, but from a daily timeframes analysis perspective, it keeps resisting. RSI on the daily time frame keeps resisting the level of 60, which is not encouraging. So ideally, I want the energy sector to come out of this channel and enter this part of the channel, triple channel, and that is, I think, where opportunities will become ripe. Until that happens, we will keep it on the sidelines. Oil and gas sector, again, on the weekly time frame, everything is good, but on the daily time frame, while it is taking support at 40, it's also resisting 60, which means that there is bull trend, but it's a weak trend at the moment, which means the quality of signals are not very good. So there is potential, but it is a weak sector to pursue at the moment. Next, let's look at media sector. I find media sector very unreliable. So I personally don't prefer to trade in the media sector at all. Lots of corporate governance issues and lots of debt issues poor financial structures. So I prefer to stay clear of the media sector. PSE sector. Now, on the PSE sector, the daily time frame is suggesting weakness. Weekly time frame obviously looks good because the underlying rally on the weekly time frame has been very strong. But I think on the daily time frame, until it sustains above the level of 60 or creates and not or sorry and creates a higher high on the daily time frame, until it doesn't do both of them, I think I'm going to stay clear of the PSE sector as well. Commodity sector, well, on the weekly time frame, this also continues to look good. On the daily time frame, it's showing some potential, but not something that I would commit my capital to in the short term. The IT sector is looking still looking very weak, and it's resisting 60. It's touching level of 30. So overall, I think the IT sector is not something that you should invest your money in. Obviously, there's always going to be exceptions. This is not a rule, it's just an overall idea. I think the IT sector on a broad basis is not something to invest in, or not something to trade in the short term. But yes, from the long term perspective, if you want to accumulate IT stocks, now is a very good time to do it, because the underlying trend of the IT sector is very strong, but it is undergoing short term weakness right now. So if you want to accumulate it for the long term, it's a good time to do that. For short term trading, it's better to avoid the IT sector. With that, we come to the end of today's Market Outlook series. Thank you so much for joining this video, seeing this video. Please leave your comments if you found my analysis useful. And if you want to connect with me, join my Telegram channel. Right now, all my services have been put on waitlisting system. If you are interested in being part of my short-term recommendation plan or long-term plan or my advanced swing trade training program, then please visit my website expinvest.in and fill up the waitlist form. My team will reach out to you and take your interview to decide whether my program is the best fit for you or not. With that, I will take off and I will see you again in the next Market Outlook video next weekend. Thank you so much.